Okay. Did we already start? Okay, great, we're starting. Great. All right, welcome, class. I am Mr. Barrus, and today I will be teaching you how to sing a song. So, let's go ahead and get our voices warmed up. We're just gonna start with a simple one. We're just gonna go. Okay, so with these two vowels, we want to make sure that our jaw is in the same place for them. So notice that your jaws were kind of shut tight. We're going e ah. We want to make sure that our jaw are open for that, right? We're going to go e ah. So can you try dropping your jaws just right now? Just go ah. Out, really, really drop. Feel, the way that you know if your jaw is really dropped or not is if you feel back here, there are some hinges. And if you open wide, you can feel them lower and then finally unhinge at the bottom of it. Yeah, Natasha, that's good. Can you open up a little? That's good. That's probably good. So try to keep that. We're not gonna go all the way open because it's real hard to sing in. But we want to make sure that our jaw is opened a lot more than normal because that gives us a lot more resonance. It gives us a lot more space in our mouth. So let's go back here. We're going to go. Much better. Can you tell me what you feel was the difference between the first sound and the second sound that you were making? Are there differences in your mouth or differences in the sound you were making?
It felt more open and rich.
Yep.
I feel like it was louder.
Yes, exactly. Those two things are one of the, two of the biggest reasons why we do this is because it just makes a better sound. And then it also allows for more sound to come out of our mouth. So good. All right, so remember that today as we're singing that. Try to keep your jaw lower than a lot lower than you normally think it should be. So. All right, and then one other exercise I want to do. For this one, we're just gonna go. We'll start here. We're gonna go. Shake away, 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 away. Hey, hey. Yep. Sorry. So kind of that exercise is to help us learn more about diphthongs, right? Can someone tell me what a diphthong is? So it's a word in which there are actually two vowel sounds that you're supposed to make. So like in the word way, we have way, and we have e and e, way. And when we speak English, a lot of the times we say, I'm on my way to the grocery store. And it doesn't sound really good, it really distorts the vowel. So when we sing with diphthongs, we want to make sure that we are giving precedence to the first vowel, and then we just barely touch on the last vowel at the very end of our singing. So for example, with shay away away, we don't go shay away 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 away. We want to make sure we go shay away 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 away. So I'm mostly on that a vowel, but then I close to the e just at the very end. Okay, so we try that again, but give precedence to that first vowel. Better. Couple more. One more. second. Okay, now I hear Natasha. Okay, that's good. I was kind of thinking I could probably use either of you in the alto part that we're doing because it doesn't go super low. So okay, great. Let's go ahead and stand up real quick. We're gonna do some just kind of some warm-up exercises. So I want you to kind of spin your arms kind of like this, kind of get those shoulders moving. Okay. At the same time, rotate your neck around. Just kind of try to feel any kinks or cracks in there. Just kind of get them out. You know, just work on the head for a little bit. Kind of massage out any. Maybe you bend down to pick up a box and kind of crinkle your neck a bit, or. Okay, we want to make sure that that is super loose and that there's no tightness in there. Okay. And now we are going to stand like singers. What we're going to do. I want you to imagine. All right. So feel the back of your head, and I want you to touch where the top of your spine is. Yeah. So I can kind of see. Yeah. So yeah, it's up. Kind of up in the middle of the back of your skull, right? That's actually where the top of your spine is, and then everything else is on the back of that. So I want you to imagine that starting at the very bottom of your spine, kind of at the bottom of your back, there's a warm liquid that's moving up, and it's slowly moving up your spine to your middle back, then it's your upper back, kind of up by your shoulders, then it's onto your neck, and then it's finally at the top of your spine, the back of your head. And just feel that lift in your body. Good. Does it feel any different than how you normally stand? How is it different?
Can I feel one more liquid? No, I feel scared.
Yep. Exactly. We want to make sure, because when we're standing like this, it collapses our lungs. We can't get good support on our diaphragms. We want to make sure that it's just lifted so that our lungs are expanded and that this can expand up. Right? We want to make sure that we don't lift up our shoulders, because then that causes tension. We want to make sure we don't have that yet. So just make sure it's super low. So okay, good. Make sure that your feet are about shoulder width apart, not too far, just really comfortable so you need the space. And then I want you to put your hand on the top of your chest. And I want to see a nice deep breath, as in you're at a conservatory and you're smelling some roses. So just give me a enough through the mouth. One more time. When you breathe in, where does all the air want to go? Well, what do you feel moving?
Right here, like my sternum.
Little bit, and that's maybe we breathe up a little bit like that. But if we just try to keep our sternum still, and we breathe in deep, it actually goes into our lungs, and our lungs expand downward, right? So we want to make sure that we're feeling the expansion down low instead of up here. And it can feel kind of fat, you can feel kind of large when you do this, but you want to make sure that you're feeling that expansion down here more than up here. So this is just to keep your chest high so that it's not collapsing over like this. So now then place a hand on your stomach and breathe, and make sure that you can feel the hand moving. So we're going to go breathe in again and breathe out. Breathe in one more time. Good. I could see your hands moving out like that. Could you feel them being pushed, right? You're not actively moving your stomach to make it move out, but it's just the natural response of breath flowing in and moving out all those muscles. So, good. Okay. So now you know how to breathe, and that's all you need to know. Just kidding. So you want to make sure though that while you're breathing, it's different than while you're breathing for singing. Right? You want to make when you breathe in real life, your inhales and your exhales are of equal length, but in breathing for singing, your inhale is a lot shorter than your exhale, right? Because you need to inhale really quickly. And you exhale slowly over a long phrase. So to practice that, we're gonna breathe in for 4 counts, and then we're going to exhale on a as long as we can. Okay. So breathe in for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and out. run out of air. Yeah. That was good. That was good. Yeah, so you thought about, even though you took in a pretty big breath, you could let it out for much, much longer than when you were supposed to bring it in, right?
Mm-hmm.
So now let's, okay. So now we're gonna bring it to some music. So I have a piece of music for you all. It is not double-sided, so it's just 6 pages. So if you want to take a piece, and if you want to take a piece. And we're just gonna learn the melody real quick. We're gonna get that good. So this is If the Savior Stood Beside Me, right? I'm sure that you've heard it before.
Okay.
So make sure that you're standing nice and tall, and then not, your shoulders aren't tight. Make sure that they're just a little, kind of a little bit further back. And we're going to sing through. Sing through. Just do the melody on the words on the first verse, and then I'll work on some things after that. So. That was really good. I think there are a couple phrases in the song as far as breathing goes that I think we need to talk about. I think one of the hardest ones is right. So with phrasing in music, we want to make sure that we're following the text more than anything, right? We want to make sure that the text makes sense to our listeners. So we want to make sure that we're not saying, if the Savior stood beside me, right? That doesn't make sense. We'll put a random breath in the middle there. And so I think you follow that pretty closely to where you breathe at the commas and the periods and question marks. The hardest one probably is, would I live more righteously if I could see the Savior standing nigh, right? That's all one idea. So where do you think would be a good place to breathe in that whole statement? I was gonna say it's kind of difficult to find a good spot in there. I kind of want to see if you can sing it through without needing a breath. Because right, we saw how long we could go for. So if we kind of try to access that, maybe we could go the whole phrase without breathing. So can we try it once to see what happens? And if you need to take a breath, please do. But try to just not use all your breath up right at the beginning of the line. Okay? Would I live? 1, 2, 3. Would I live? Breath. Good. Yeah. So sounds like you made it. It sounds like you made it with plenty of air. So you feel that? Okay. Good. So yeah, let's try to. If you have a pencil, I should have asked this before. If you have a pencil with you, it would be nice to mark the music and just mark a, kind of if you just draw a bowed line in between we and if, that's a good way to remember, okay, I'm not supposed to be there. So. Would I live more righteously if I could see? Okay. And then one other thing with text stress that we want to remember is that not every word is important and not every syllable is important, right? If we put the emphasis on the wrong syllable, doesn't make sense, right? So we want to make sure that we're putting the emphasis on the right parts. So example, this first sentence, if the Savior stood beside me, would I do the things I do? Right? And that kind of that first measure. If the Savior stood beside me, what are the important words? And then what's the other? I think there's probably one other important word in there.
Beside?
Yeah, right? I think so. And a lot of the times you can tell that if it's a good composer, they'll put the important words on important beats of the measure. And the most important beat is the first downbeat. So you can kind of figure, okay, if the first downbeat has an important word, we gotta put Marcus there. So right, we wanna sing it like, if the Savior stood beside me. Okay, can we try singing it like that? 1, 2, 3.
If the Savior stood beside me.
Good. Yeah, we want to make sure. Yeah, that was fantastic. So we want to make sure that we're doing that over the rest of the music. So I'm not going to go kind of measure by measure and show you where you're supposed to have the emphasis on, but I think it is pretty. I think this song is pretty good about marking those. So if you want to, maybe just mark first measure, make sure that's important. So, good. All right, let's go in and sing it one more time. And let's be thinking about, so not only the text stress that we just discussed, but also the breathing that we discussed as well. Try to make sure you take a good rest to breathe through the whole phrase instead of not breathing for the whole phrase. Sorry. Okay, one more time. Let's just go ahead and go, this is measure 5, so the top of the page. I'll just give you that measure for introduction. Oh, sorry. No, you're good. Yeah, so we're gonna start right on measure 5. So we're gonna be 1, 2, breathe. If the 1, 2. How did that run through feel? Is it
Good.
better? Good. Yeah, I think the breath started to get a little running out of. Anyway, on measure 19.
Yeah.
So I think it would be good to just remember that you can take that entire beat after gospel. So gospel, would I? Because I think what I heard was gospel, would I? So you want to make sure you're taking the whole breath, the whole beat, taking the whole beat to breathe. So can we practice that? So we're just gonna go gospel, would I? Okay, 1, 2, ready.
Gospel, would I?
Yeah, good. And then your example. I didn't say the wrong word, but
Oh.
good. Yeah, did that feel better?
Yeah.
Okay, it sounded better because I can definitely hear when you take a good deep breath like that and you go. It sounds like a hiccup. So okay, good. How do you say the first word of measure 6? Just say it, and I'll make fun of you. Just kidding.
Savior.
Yeah.
But you see it.
Yeah. So the way we say it is Savior, right? He is our Savior, right? But the way that we sing it to kind of get rid of that diphthong of Savior and get rid of the R is Savior. So can you say that? Savior. Savior. Right. So it's more of a Savior instead of a yor. Right? It's more of an I vowel right there. So yeah, that's kind of one of the harder words of this first verse. But all right, good. Okay. So let's go ahead and do it one more time, and then we'll keep going to the second verse. And that has a bit of an alto part. So actually, let's try Okay, so you see where on measure 14, it says alto verse 2 only? So let's go ahead and learn that. I just kind of want to hear how each of you sound on it, and then I'll decide who I want to sing the alto verse part. So if I don't pick you, don't feel sad. So. Okay, so we pick up the beat before. Would I try? So let's just sing it long, and I'll play. I'll sing it. Let's sing it, and I'll play along with you on the piano. So 1, 2, 3. Would I try to share the gospel? Would I speak more reverently to off for 1? See the Savior standing nigh, watching over me. Watching over me. Yeah, that works. Watching over me. Okay, good. Let's go ahead and do it one more time, and then I might have, one of you sing it with the soprano part, and then swap it. Kind of see how they sound. So, okay. Would I try? 1, 2.
Would I try to share the gospel? Would I speak more reverently? See the Savior standing nigh, watching over me.
3, 4. Ah, good. Yeah. Make sure you note that you only hold reverently for 2 beats. Reverently. Because it changes chords of that part. So, yeah. Okay, good. Let's go ahead. I want to hear Megan. Can I hear you on the alto part? And then Natasha, can I hear you on the soprano part? Just on this little part. And do the second verse words. So would I try to share the gospel? Okay. 1, 2.
Would I try to share the gospel?
Rest.
Would I speak more reverently? I could see the Savior standing nigh, watching over me.
Good. That sounded really nice. Your voices matched really well together in that spot. So, all right, let's try flipping it. No, that's good. That's good. All right, let's try flipping it. So I want to hear Megan on the soprano part and Natasha on the alto part. So yeah. Okay. 1, 2.
Would I try to share the gospel? Would I speak more reverently? I could see the Savior standing nigh, watching over me.
Okay, good. I think I like Megan on the alto part more than Natasha. Not because you did the alto part bad, but I think Megan has more of an alto voice.
Okay.
I think you have a little bit more of a soprano voice.
Alright.
So yeah.
Sounds good.
Okay, great. Okay, so let's try the second verse, which is unison up until that phrase, would I try to share the gospel? And then Megan was the alto part. Really just practice like we did. So so we just finished the verse. So here is measure 21. So we just finished the first verse.
Are we going back to the beginning?
Yeah, well, so, yeah, so
I
we.
thought we were going on and there was
Oh.
a change and I was like,
No. So yeah, so we sing the first verse and then measures 21 through 24, we have the first ending and then we repeat back to measure 6, right?
okay.
Yeah. So I was just playing the introduction.
So
between
now
the
we're
two
doing the
verses.
second time. and
Now we're doing the
then
second
how
time.
about-
So
Okay.
the second verse of words and then
Okay.
naked on the alto part.
Got it.
Okay, great. because I liked you and said the second verse was the same. It's different, but you read it well, and then you read that second part good. So, good. Okay. So let's talk about it a little bit. So, no, let's not talk about it. Let's just sing. So let's let's go to the ending first. So this is measure 43. So Natasha's singing watch. So this is where the watching over me, you're kind of coming in and out of this section. So Natasha starts. Let's do I'll do Natasha's the soprano part first, and then do the alto part. Then we'll combine them. So 1, 2, ready. Sorry, I played that wrong, my bad. We'll start over again, one more time. Measure 43. 1, 2, ready. There's a key change in the middle of that? That's crazy.
Yeah.
Sorry, my bad. Yeah, but it's just a watching over me, and then the key change. It is a whole tone scale, so it goes half at the end part. But. Okay. 1, 2, ready. 2, 3. Yeah, so to make sure that you're breathing, probably the beat. Yeah, so like for measure 44. Me, watching over me, watching over me. Now just make sure you want to catch those breaths real quick so that you don't forget to do it. So. Okay, good. So, Megan, now we're going to do your part.
Okay.
So, 1, 2, ready. Good.
Do you want me to breathe after both of these? Just one? Or?
Yeah, that would probably be good. And it doesn't necessarily have to be a full, a full big breath, but it can just be a little catch breath. Even maybe more of just a break. Watching over me, over. Okay, great. Can we try those together?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we start with, so 1, 2, ready. Good. That was a really, really good distance. You both leaned into it really well, and then Megan released for the back part. So, okay, good. Let's take a look at this third verse one more time. I think it was fine, but I'm just gonna play it with you for one more time to see if there are any trouble spots. So back to measure 28. We'll just start right on it. I'll play with it. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Probably the one spot that I would just notice is, what His presence give me strength and hope and courage to endure. I think that's another one that we could probably take a no breath in between. So if you want to probably write the no breath in between hope and courage on measure 34. And then maybe just, make a breath mark, right? Just a little comma on measure 32 to just remind yourself, all right, this is a big breath that I need to take. Can't limp out, especially you can't limp out on this one. So. Okay, good. Let's try that with the accompaniment.
Okay.
So I'm going to give you 4. So this is starting right on measure 25 where you finish the second verse. And then 28 is where you start it. So. Keep going. Talk about it. Two, three. That's a chord. Is that right? Nope. Thank you. All right, good. It's really nice. It's a salad and forward. So we need a quick arrangement. But okay, good. Yeah, so it's a little different, but there are some parts that are the same, right? So we have the right, those kind of chords that we had in the beginning. So we really just need to learn the actually, I think it's all the same. Yeah, that feels similar. Yeah, that's good. But we'll look over it once just to be sure we have it right. One other thing is we actually have a comma in between, and because he loves me dearly, I am in his watchful care. So we probably want to take that just because this section is a little it's slower than the other sections.
Yes.
So kind of make sure you have that breath marked in measure 53.
That's where it's getting harder to breathe.
Yeah, it slows down. I'm just playing these chords on the piano. So
Wait, where was it that you said we should take the breath?
measure 53.
Okay. Dearly.
Yeah. And then, so I'll be the kind of person that I know I like to be. Natasha, you can go ahead and take a breath in between. I know I'd like to be. Or, hold on. So it'll be I think, actually, yeah. I think you might need another breath somewhere in between there too, though, because you
Yeah,
have like
because-
17 measures of not reading. So, do you want to take a breath? I think the spots are measure 57 or measure 59. So it's either, so I'll be the kind of person that I know I'd like to be if I could see the Savior standing nigh. Actually, I'm gonna go ahead and just give you a breath on 59, because that's when Megan's breathing, so I think it would just help to kind of match that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so I'll be the kind of person that I know I'd like to be if I could see the Savior standing nigh. And then we actually are gonna take a breath, measure 61. Standing nigh, watching over me. And then this one is quick, right? We've held watching over me for 4 beats the other times, but this one is just watching over me. I will be the kind of person that I know I'd like to be. And then mark that breath on measure 67. If I could see the Savior standing nigh. And then we're gonna take a breath in between this, because we're gonna hold it for a while. So breath, watching over me. And then I want you to start decrescendoing on like beat 3 or 4 of that measure, and then just kind of let it trail off. Don't like ever give it a solid ending, just like try to see how long you can just decrescendo and like it to piano, 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 C, 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 B, C. So, okay, good, all right. Let's work, let's just do the whole verse. Okay, yeah, let's just do the whole verse. So, you just finish singing, and then we're on measure 48. Ready, and. Oh, sorry, that's my bad.
Sorry.
Page, I don't have page numbers. No, I guess
Okay.
page 4.
Okay.
Anyway, yeah, great, okay. 1, 2, 3.
Is always
Breath.
You
Unison. Breath. Break. Okay, good. How did that run through feel?
I missed, or added a lot of extra bits.
I was gonna say, yeah, it kind of, you know, especially when you're looking through it the first couple of times, like, oh, you need to breathe here, you need to breathe here. But once you get used to it, you realize that you don't need to take as many breaths as you really need to. So, I just want to take some notes on your part, Megan.
Yeah, I missed it.
That is okay. We'll just look at it real quick. So it's
Okay.
kind of those 4 measures. So 1, 2. All right, good. Let's try it with, yeah, and then I think you have that fine. And then it's the exact same, except for the beginning on measure 64, where you pick up with, I will be the son that I know I'd like to be. Yeah, and then, yeah, that part's good. So, okay, let's actually try that with Natasha. just to really get it established. So pick up to measure 56. 1, 2. Great, good. Okay, so one note that I wanted to make is it's, remember how we pronounce Savior, Savior. I was hearing a lot of saviors, which just doesn't sound great, but otherwise it's sounding good. I think one thing that I want to hear from both of you is just more sound, right? It's kind of a little, I know you're still learning it, but I especially want just to hear more sound of you guys. And I think part of that will just be opening your mouth a little more. So we want to make sure that we are making it nice and resonant up there, not clamping down like we want to be. So, okay, can we try to sing it the whole way through and see what happens? All right. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and start, and then we are, so just kind of make sure you follow along. Make sure, I think, Natasha, I've noticed that you've kind of been like punching over your music.
Okay.
Try to bring your music up a little more, and then bring it more flat against your, no, other way. Yeah, so you can actually see it. So you don't have to like go back and forth between looking at me trying to give you piano conducting and singing. So good, all right. Then that helps you just kind of stay more aligned too. So, okay, all right, the beginning. I'll try to do the piano conducting best I can. So. So I think I lied. I think I actually do want you to just break after, just break on beat 4 of measure 72. So just hold it, or hold it through there. So my 4 beats. So just end on. Okay, good. How did that go? I think it sounded really good. Yeah. That's all right. We're just kind of trying to understand general kind of breath.
Yeah.
Yeah. What did you change when I told you to sing forte the second time we sang the 4th chorus, whatever?
I think I dropped my jaw more. Just trying to open my mouth more.
Yeah.
Yeah, I also tried that.
Mhm.
And hopefully standing up straighter also helps project out.
Yep. Yeah. There's more.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think those were 2 really good things. And there's actually a really funny phrase that one of the voice teachers always says. He says, "Singing soft is singing loud softly." Where basically all they meant was is that technically all the mechanisms are all the same. You just don't let as much sound come out. Everything up here is all the same, but then you just don't send as much sound this way. So we try to do that without clenching our jaw. Everyone wants to, but anyway, yeah. Honestly, yeah, I think you guys sounded really, really good. Are there any questions that you have for me? Anything that you're wanting to understand better of, more of? Okay. Thank you. All right, good. We'll perform it for Sister Rosa on Thursday.